I'm convinced that Deuteronomy 6 is one of the most important chapters in the Bible. God, in Deuteronomy 5, Moses reviews the 10 Commandments. And then he goes into Deuteronomy 6. And Deuteronomy 6 is all about loving the Lord your God. Remember, your God, my God. Personal relationship with Lord Almighty. I mean, can we not be hype about that for one? But then Deuteronomy 6, they are this close to entering the promised land. This is probably speech number 2 of Moses' speech. It's estimated that my Bible tells me it's estimated 2.5 hours of speech. 2.5 hours of Moses speaking straight facts, straight from the Lord. And probably out of number 6, really, really important. But this is probably the most important verse, one of the most important verses I read in this chapter. Because it's so key to why we always got to have our testimony ready. We always got to be thinking about our testimony. And we got to be ready to share our testimony. You know what I'm saying? People say, oh, it's private. Bro, your identity, your hope, and your faith is in the Lord. What are you worried about someone else knowing about you? You are naked. You are in front of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So this should be, to a degree that it's personal, all that stuff. But I call BS on that. You know what I'm saying? We are of the Lord. Our hope, identity, and purpose is in the Lord. So what are you scared about sharing your business with someone? That's just me. And I'm sure people have different disagree with that, but that's just me. That's what my opinion is. And look, right here, Deuteronomy 6, starting at verse 20. In the future, when your son asks you, what is the meaning of the stipulations, decrees, and laws the Lord our God has commanded you, tell him this. We were slaves of Pharaoh in Egypt, but the Lord brought us out of Egypt with a mighty hand. Before our eyes, the Lord sent signs and wonders, great and terrible, on Egypt and Pharaoh and his whole household. But he brought us out from there to bring us in and give us the land he promised an oath to our ancestors. The Lord commanded us to obey all the decrees and to fear the Lord our God, so that we might always prosper and be kept alive, as is this case today. And if we are careful to obey all this law before the Lord our God, he has commanded us, that we will be our righteous. Moses is saying, tell your children that ask you, like, what's the meaning behind all the laws and stuff? Tell them your story. Tell them what you went through. Tell them when you were in Egypt and then God brought you out. God sent plagues on the Pharaoh to bring you out. You know what I'm saying? Tell them that. So what can we take from that? I can take that and say, when someone asks me, hey, why do you follow God? What's the rule behind all of God's law and all of that? First of all, tell them that Jesus Christ shed blood, so we are not saved by the law. We're saved through him. Then second of all, tell them that the law is still important, because what did God save us? That's when you tell your testimony about how God brought you from slavery. He brought you from depression. He brought you from being suicidal. He brought you from feeling isolated. He brought you from nothing and made you rich. He gave you your purpose, your hope, and your identity. People spend a whole entire lifetime searching for those things, and he gave you your hope, purpose, and identity. Have pride in your testimony. Be willing to share and praise the Lord.